Hello children, how are you? I'm sure you're doing well. Children, have you ever tried to sow a seed and see it growing? क्या आपने कभी एक नन्हे से बीज को बोया है और उसे धीरे धीरे बढ़ते देखा है? कोशिश तो ज़रूर की होगी. Let's read a story related to this. Picciola. Long ago, there lived a poor man in a small village. The man was very honest and hardworking. He always helped others. So, all the people of the village loved him very much. But some people who were jealous of him fabricated a false case and complained against him to the king. The soldiers caught him and put him into prison. कुछ लोग जो इस आदमी से जलते थे, उन्होंने एक झूठा केस बनाकर उसे जेल में डलवा दिया. Fabricated, a false case. यानी झूठी कहानी बनाना. The prison was dark and cold and still. It was made of grey stone walls. The stone roof shut out the sunlight and all the beautiful sights and sounds of the world. There was one little window to let in the air, but it was so high up beyond his reach that he could not even get a glimpse of the blue sky. Glimpse here, children, means that a small glance, एक छोटी सी झलक, glimpse. उसे नीले आकाश की एक छोटी सी झलकी भी नहीं मिलती थी. There was no one for the man to talk to, and there was no work for him to do. Here he was kept for years and was not allowed to know anything about his family, friends, or home. At last, a door opened into another part of the prison. The walls of this part were high and strong, and the floor was paved with the same great grey stones, but there was no roof overhead. आखिरकार एक दूसरा दरवाज़ा खुला उसी जेल के एक भाग में, लेकिन यहाँ पर छत नहीं थी, लेकिन वही ग्रे स्टोन्स थे. No roof overhead means ऊपर कोई छत नहीं थी. Here the wind could come in and the rain and the sunlight enter. He was allowed to walk here just for one short hour each day, and then he had to go back to his dark cell, and the door was shut upon him. Once, while walking here, the prisoner saw a little mound of earth rising between two of the great stones of the floor. Children, here little mound of earth means एक रेत की छोटी सी ढेरी. Little mound of earth. At first, he thought that some tiny worm or insect was trying to build a house for itself. उसने सोचा कि शायद कोई नन्हा सा कीड़ा एक घर बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. When he tried to have a closer look, he saw that it was only the home of a little plant. The stray seed had been brought by the wind, and it was now sending its roots down into the crevice between the stones. Children, here the meaning of crevice is a tiny space between two stones. दो पत्थरों के या दो ईंटों के पास जुड़े होने पे जब एक छोटी सी दरार में एक स्पेस होती है, उसे बोलते हैं क्रेविस. तो वहाँ उसने देखा कि एक छोटा सा बीज जो कि हवा से आ गया था, धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा था. Poor little plant, said the prisoner. What a sad home you have found. Shall I not crush you? No, no, perhaps you have come to comfort me in this terrible place. Comfort means आराम देना. उस prisoner ने सोचा कि शायद ये नन्हा सा पौधा उसे ही आराम देने आया है. He hurried back to his cell and brought his cup of precious water. Drink, little one, he said, as he poured the water out around it. Drink and lift up your head. Prisoner उसे बिल्कुल बेबी की तरह रखने लगा, उसका ध्यान रखने लगा. The next day he watched it again and watered it, and he did so every day. How bravely it seemed to struggle to push its head up and its roots down, to open its leaves and to catch the dull light. वो नन्हा पौधा धीरे धीरे स्ट्रगल कर रहा था सनलाइट लेने की, पानी लेने की और धीरे धीरे बढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहा था. At last the little plant became a dear friend and companion to the man. Companion here means एक साथी. क्योंकि प्रिजनर यहाँ अकेला था तो वो नन्हा पौधा ही उसका दोस्त बन गया था. He would bend over it the whole hour each day and talk softly to it. He called it Picciola. तो प्रिजनर ने उसका एक नाम भी रख दिया था. As the plant grew and put on new beautiful green leaves, he forgot the outside world and his heart was filled with love and gentleness. वो प्रिजनर बाहर की दुनिया पूरी तरह भूल गया था और उसका दिल खुशियों से भर गया था सिर्फ उस नन्हे पौधे की वजह से. Once there was a storm and great hailstones beat down upon Picciola. Children, here the meaning of hailstorms is छोटे छोटे ओले के टुकड़े. जब तेज बारिश होती है, ओले गिरते हैं, ऐसा ही उस दिन हुआ. Hailstones. Ah, my poor little one will be killed, cried the prisoner, and he bent over her and sheltered her. The cruel hail fell upon his own head until the storm was past. इतना तेज तूफान था कि प्रिजनर ने घबराकर उसे बचाने की कोशिश की. वह उसके ऊपर ही झुक गया और इस तरह सारे ओले प्रिजनर के सिर पर ही गिरने लगे. Fearing that other storms might come, when he was shut away from her, he built a little house around her with the wood that was given to keep him warm, and made a roof over her with a mat which he wove from the straw of his own bed. अब प्रिजनर ने क्या किया? उसे लगा कि ऐसे और तूफान आएंगे और वो हमेशा तो पौधे के पास नहीं होगा, तो जो लकड़ी उसे दी गई थी जिससे कि वो अपने आप को गर्म रख सके, आग सेक सके, उसने क्या किया? उस लकड़ी को यूज़ करके इस नन्हे पौधे के लिए एक छोटा सा घर बना दिया. This made him happy, though he could be with his Picciola for but one short hour each day. He felt that she was safe. So the little plant grew and opened her flowers and sent out her perfume to make glad the heart of her lonely friend. Who's the lonely friend here? The prisoner. अब धीरे धीरे बढ़ते बढ़ते उस पौधे में से नन्हे नन्हे फूल भी आ गए थे और उसकी भीनी भीनी खुशबू से प्रिजनर बहुत ही खुश रहता था. But alas, the day came when Picciola began to droop and wither. Children, the meaning of droop and wither is to fall down, धीरे से मुरझा जाना. Droop and wither. She seemed about to die. The poor prisoner was frantic with grief and cried, "Is my little one, my joy, my hope, the only thing for which I live, to be taken from me?" वो बहुत ही परेशान हो गया और दुखी हो गया क्योंकि उसका नन्हा पौधा मुरझा गया था. Searching hard, he found that as Picciola had grown taller, her stem had grown larger, and now there was not room enough for it in the crevice between the stones. तो वो क्यों मुरझाया था? क्योंकि अब पिशियोला नन्हा पौधा नहीं था, वो बड़ा हो गया था और उतनी सी जगह में वह उग नहीं पा रहा था. Her sap, her life blood was running away as the rough edges of the stones cut into her delicate stem. अब वो बड़ा हो रहा था और जो उसके अंदर का सैप था, जो उसे जिंदा रख रहा था, वो उसकी रफ एजेस स्टोन की उसे कट कर रही थी. Nothing could save her but to lift those cruel stones. The prisoner tried hard with his weak hands but failed. Weeping bitterly, he begged the jailer to raise them. But the jailer also could do nothing because no one but the king could order them to be lifted. Prisoner बहुत ही परेशान था और वो कुछ भी नहीं कर पाया और वो बुरी तरह रोने लगा. Weeping bitterly means to cry. But how could the prisoner ask the king? The king lived far away. The prisoner decided to send a letter to him, but he had no pen, ink or paper. So he wrote on his handkerchief with a bit of charred wood and begged, not for his own life, but for the life of Picciola, that the king would cause the stones that were killing her to be raised. अब उसके पास कोई रास्ता नहीं था क्योंकि किंग बहुत ही दूर रहता था. तो प्रिजनर ने अपने हैंकी पे, अपने रुमाल पर एक चिट्ठी लिखी, वो भी एक चारकोल से, जो लकड़ी का टुकड़ा था जला हुआ उससे, और उनसे बहुत ही विनती की कि पिशियोला की जान बचाई जाए. When the king read the prisoner's letter, he said, "No man who is really wicked could not care so much for a little simple flower plant. I will not only have the stones raised that are killing his Picciola, but I will pardon him. He shall be free because of the love he bears for his plant." Children, the meaning of pardon here is to forgive, माफ कर देना. तो किंग ने कहा, कोई भी इंसान रियली विकेट, बुरा नहीं हो सकता जो एक छोटे से प्लांट के लिए इतना परेशान है और उसे इतना ज़्यादा प्यार करता है. तो किंग ने कहा, मैं वो पत्थर भी ऊपर करवा दूंगा और इस प्रिजनर को भी माफ़ कर दूंगा. So the prisoner left his lonely cell, carrying with him his Picciola, his little one whom he had saved and who in turn had set him free. This story was adapted from Saint Anne. So children, did you see how nature, how plants can heal our heart and make everybody a better person? I'm sure you love this story. Do read it again and attempt all the comprehension questions.